Example 4.11. There are two kinds of cookies, A and B. So let's look at cookie A. I have X kilo of cookie A. For each kilo, I need 4 units of flour. So since there are X kilos, I have 4 X units. And for cookie B, we have Y kilo. And for each kilo, I need 2 units. So that would give me 2Y. And the total amount of flour will be 80 units. So at most, we can make use of 80 units of flour. And we can set up the first constraint, which would be 4x plus 2y less than or equal to 80. Similarly, let's look at the units of x. For cookie A, I have x kilo, so that would give me 2x units of x. And for cookie B would be 3y. And at most, I have 60 units. So by looking at the units of x, I have 2x plus 3y less than or equal to 60. We also have some additional constraints, like because x and y should be non-negative. So that's why I have x greater than or equal to 0 and y greater than or equal to 0. And we can further simplify the system of inequalities in part A. So that will be the constraints on x and y in part A. Part B, we have to draw and shade the region that satisfies the constraints in part A. It will be easier if I make use of the x and y intercepts. I have the y-intercept 40, x-intercept is 20. After drawing the straight line, then we have to determine whether we should be shading the lower half plane or the upper half plane. The inequality sign is less than or equal to. So because of equal to, I'm using a solid line. Less than, I will be shading the lower half plane, so I'm adding arrows that are pointing towards the lower half plane. We're going to repeat that with the other straight line. 2x plus 3y equals 60. Y-intercept is 20 and x-intercept is 30. So let's draw the straight line. By looking at the inequality sign is less than or equal to, because of equal to, I'm using a solid line. Less than, so we are shading the lower half plane. And don't forget, we have the two straight lines, x equals 0 and y equals 0. So for x equals 0, it will be the vertical straight line. So we still have to draw it. X greater than or equal to 0. So we are pointing arrows towards the right. The other one is y equals 0, horizontal line. Y greater than or equal to 0, we have arrows pointing up. So let's take a closer look at the rectangular coordinate plane. The region that satisfies the constraints would be shaded in orange. Then part C, if the bakery makes a profit of $120 on each kilo of cookie A and $80 on each kilo of cookie B. How many kilo of each kind of cookie should be produced each day to maximize the profit? So let me do part C here. I'll let P be the profit. Objective function would be 120. Each kilo of cookie A, I have X kilo of cookie A. $80 for each kilo of cookie B, so I have 80 times Y. And I want to maximize P. Let's find the values of P at the vertices. They're altogether 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices.